name is Kevang Yang from UNESCO. Thank you so much for this training. The thing that I have learned is that to engage with our audience more and make our content more responsive to our audience. And after this training, we need to think about, if we can come up with a strategy for win-win cooperation amongst these UN agencies, and if UNIC can lead the team, and so we can work together to expand our work to build the mutual trust and enhance our visibility of our work.
I want to thank you for this very comprehensive training. It was rich in content, and I'm very glad. Personally, I am not a tweeter, but from now henceforth, I'll tweet, and I'll make sure I join my UN communications group.
One thing, or my take home, is that social media has always been easy in our eyes because we're just managing our own personal accounts. But with work, we do realize that we have a lot of work to do and that we need to work together. And out of this, I'm hoping to see UN Habitat on a UN tour, UNESCO, and every other person, so that as we get to work together, you know why we're working together.
And for me, this has been an eye-opener. We've learned quite a lot. It's been, we need to find ways. We've tried to plug in a lot of times to other UN agencies to capture them and to tell them that it's important that we work together. But now after this training session, I believe that we are all going to work together. We're going to make more impact, not just to ourselves, but to the communities that we serve. I think this is a very important lesson that you have learned and you're going to implement. And I can assure you, you're going to see a big difference.
But I'm very grateful for this opportunity that I got to participate in this training. It is a strong beginning for me, and I believe that I'll be able to learn more as time goes by.
It was such an interactive and engaging session, and I was just thinking, how will we survive without information?
The biggest takeaway for me is the need to engage partners, not only during a campaign or an event, but even before, so that things can move smoothly during and after.
This training really interesting, the social media training today at UNIC. I think especially in terms of social media tools, what we can use, how we can use to monitor our events planning, and especially how to work together as partners in the UN to increase the visibility of the UN system as delivering as a UN family to the world, and engage with donors and partners and other NGOs. So I think that's key.
When I came for this training, I didn't have a lot of tools. I didn't know how much social media can really affect everything. And from the training, I want to say thank you to Philip Ogola. He's opened up our minds and taken off the mask. We now understand that social media can be used even in an organization like the UN, and we can work together and make the UN a human face as opposed to everything else that people think it is.
And my biggest takeaway from today is that we need to include a lot more humanity to our posts, to engage more readers and a larger audience. And I just want to thank Philip for a brilliant second day.
I want to really thank you for this time, for Newton and for Marianne, and give me this opportunity to come to get training 2 days ago. For me, social media just for young people, for fun. After the 2 days training, I really feel it's so powerful. The tools actually for the work too, and then if we can use for for the work and more effective, and then really we can make an effort and to make our job more efficient.
Yes, this training was an eye-opener for me, and I think I am not surprised that everybody thought that it was beneficial. But I think the most important thing is we have gotten to know our potential, what we can do together and achieve more. And I hope out of this we'll be able to coordinate our messages and do social media together.
The founder of Digital Humanitarian. I'm actually honored and humbled to be part of this training with the UN in Kenya. It's actually been an eye-opener for me, as I've actually had a 9-year experience in the digital community in terms of amplifying and helping train brands on storytelling. What I've learned at the UN is there's a lot of content and which has not been tapped. There's a lot of potential, a lot of talent. What is lacking is that working as one. I think what UN has, they have the global goodwill, the local goodwill, but it's not being tapped into. And even the kind of content which actually being pushed out. I think if you humanize the content, there's a calendar in place, and how to have a joint messaging platform, work with the calendar, and also measure what you're doing. I think this to me has actually been an eye-opener to learn more about the UN and the potential it has in terms of pushing the messaging out, and also in incorporating other players and other influencers. So I'm looking forward to working and also engaging in further engagements.